Slightly inspired. Fight.
What if God was one of us? Alright, this is stuck in my head.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the
Fuck
Bridge
you.
Podcast,
Fuck you,
episode 8.
Fuck
You're
you,
getting
pal.
kicked
That's your
off,
host,
dude.
Zach, screaming at me.
You're not going to be on
I'm
here
Steven.
anymore. Now I'm going to do the real intro, because I want the attention. No, I'm just kidding. Dude, we don't have to wait to open it like we did.
Wait, are we
times.
recording?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Shut the fuck up.
Did you even check if it's episode 8?
Yeah, it
It
is.
doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We'll figure
We'll
it
just
out after.
superimpose the real
Who's
number. We'll just
actually
say all
watching
the
that's keeping count? Otis?
Colson.
Yeah, no, Coulson,
Oh,
actually.
Hi, Otis. Hi, Colson.
I don't think he actually is.
No.
Nah,
He, like,
I-
Why not? He doesn't anticipate all of our episodes. By the way, I'm Zach,
I'm Kendrick, I guess.
Why do we do this every time?
because it's good to
So you
introduce
can never
yourselves.
decide on an order. I'm Eric.
And then
I'm
the other one
allowed to
talking.
talk
Yeah,
now?
okay. Fuck you. Fuck
We gotta build a specific order that we go in, so we don't have to do that anymore.
Oh, no, I'm
It'll
gonna
be
keep
easier
doing it
when
that
we're
way.
in person.
Yeah, once we're actually in
We
person.
just
No.
do from top to
Well,
bottom.
yeah, 'cause we
It
can just
really
point.
won't.
It will be, because then whoever's introing will intro themselves, and then you point at the other person, or who you want to go, and then you pick your order that you want it to be in.
Yeah, body
We can
language
just do it
would
from
fix
top
so
to
much.
bottom
Yeah.
in the way we're listed.
Then I can like physically abuse people too, instead of yelling
That's
at them
what
through
I'm looking
Discord.
forward to.
Yeah, that's what's gonna be really cool.
Wait, so that means I'm gonna get hit more?
Hold on, we're doing the thing again where we talk about future plans instead of...
That's fine. Is that a problem?
I mean, it's...
I don't think it's,
It's
a
not...
problem. I personally think it's fine.
It doesn't make a lot of interesting listening time, but, you know.
Well, okay, yeah, but I don't think we.
This is
do
the
to
intro
begin with.
anyway, who cares?
Yeah,
Sure,
exactly.
nobody listens to the first 20 minutes. It's only when the ads start coming out, and that's when they
Nobody,
get their
well,
real
realistically, no one listens to anything but the highlights.
True. Yeah, that's exactly what happens. And hey, man, I offered us to talk about it, and then only a few people joined anyways. So
I got a question.
yeah, what's up?
Why isn't the main channel linked on the highlights channel?
Because when I was trying to add it, like, do you mean through description or when you're on the channel page, right? And it
Either
says in
or.
the channel tab. Because in the channel tab, on the page, I can't find the channel, and you can you search it, but you can only select out of the list that they give you, and we don't pop up. Yeah, and we don't pop up. So it's really annoying. I mean, I can try again to see if it made a difference, but like I was trying for the longest time when I was first setting up the channels. They actually have it be that way. Yeah, it is really funny.
Man,
Really
YouTube
annoying.
is based.
YouTube is based. TikTok's really cool. Actually, we haven't had too many issues with TikTok besides them shadow banning us at one point. Only lightly, as in we weren't getting views. Yeah.
Well, that would imply that we got views before that.
Hey, we get a couple. We get a few.
We get 5, okay.
No, I'll tell you. We got 79.
hundred.
We got 79 on the last one, 84 on the one previous. Our best one on TikTok was the 13 Reasons Why TikTok that we made.
Jesus, of course.
Yeah, of course. It's 13 Reasons Why, right? Doesn't it gets 6,000. It's the most viewed one that we had, like viewed clip that we have. It's like almost 6,500. And then it's like 2,000 or something like that on the YouTube Clips channel. I don't know, one of the two.
I like how the random fucking TikTok that I made of Mason with a slingshot drunk
Yeah.
at like 6 a.m.
More
has like
combined views.
130,000.
Arguably, that's way funnier and more entertaining to look at.
That is true.
It was also my worst TikTok though. Like I was going to put music on it, and
So-
if you look at the video, there's like it has like the music slider, but the volume is down because I'm a fucking idiot.
Nice.
And I
Basically,
uploaded it
what you're
anyway.
saying is you piss excellence, blah, blah, blah.
It was my
you're the
worst
best.
video, and yet
Wow.
it did the best.
Well, how about you start editing these then, huh?
Hmm?
I just said why I'm terrible, and now you want me to edit them?
Yeah,
Oh.
because you got more views.
Obviously,
I guess
you're
that
doing
would kind
something
of make
right.
sense. I just have
Yeah.
like this curse
Yeah, of
that like my the
dog shit,
quality
but
of my
somehow it does
editing
well.
is dog shit, but it does good. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's better somehow. Yeah.
Sign me up.
No, I'm alright. Well, okay, I mean, to be fair, going back to school, we're gonna need an editor.
Editor?
We'll see. I hardly
Editor.
know her! Yeah.
Zach wants to reduce his workload, but doesn't want to give up any creative control.
No,
I
no,
was
it's not that
saying
I want to
I was
reduce
edit,
my
but
workload.
then-
It's because I'm gonna have more important workload.
Yeah.
School is
What?
more important.
Yeah,
Let's say hypothetically
What?
you're cruising down the interstate and
Yeah.
you kill a family of 17
Then my engine blows up.
17.
and you're
That's a big family.
now locked up for life.
Yeah.
And then they decide to execute you. What is your last meal?
Pizza
That was
Pizza Hut
better.
Pizza Hut pizza.
Probably the family that I just killed.
That dude, yeah. I always wanted to try eating
legally
someone.
have to do that for you?
Well,
or
if
would they
if that
be
if that
super
family is
opposed?
my last meal, that's a lot of food. 17 people. I could stretch that out for a couple months.
But you're vegan.
I know, but if I can stretch that meal out, they can't kill me until I'm finished the meal.
Veganism doesn't apply to humans.
It doesn't apply to me if I already killed them and I'm going to die
Yeah.
anyway.
Might as well consume them.
Wait, can I just ask for a whole ass cat and let my cat allergies kill me before they can kill
No,
me?
I'm assuming they're just gonna make you obviously eat a proper meal.
I mean,
What if I say I have?
I just want Pizza Hut pizza. That'd be the last thing. No,
they
do it,
can't
bitch.
just
Do it,
refuse
bitch.
your mule, but
Zach, I'm
okay.
not getting canceled that quickly.
What if the deathbed chef really just wants to cook a cat?
That'd be crazy. I guess then. Then that's sick. That's right on. Dude, you know what
Well, I
though?
want
Yeah,
the cat
I would
alive.
specifically be like, "Hey,
Yeah.
I want to eat one of buddy of ours, Coulson's legs."
Why?
It's the
Because he has-
leg.
Why are you
Because
why
he-
are you
whole
name
person.
dropping on the podcast?
Because he has gigantic calves.
He's got good meaty legs.
And I think way back in the day, I said that to him. I was like, "Whoa, you got big ass legs, dude. Bet you they probably taste good."
It's
that's
weird
what I
that
eat.
you've mentioned that before, but okay.
Yeah. Hey, I've always said I'd try human at least once.
Coulson's legs live in Zach's
I
head
would. I
rent-free.
wouldn't kill the person, and I wouldn't take it if it was from like an illegal murder. How else would I get it? I don't know. Anyways, yeah, no, I'd try human once, see what it tastes like.
Apparently, it's supposed to taste like veal.
Nice, right on.
Doesn't
Just
make sense.
just for the experience. It's funny too because I'm such a picky.
I have an
eater,
update
don't
from
want-
Coulson.
Okay, yeah, what?
He wants your lipstick on his balls.
My lipstick on his balls.
Yes.
Well,
Why
if
does
he's willing
Mason
to
have
come
a
to my
stutter
house-
now?
What are you talking about?
Why
I
are
feel
you
like
a
this is like
bitch?
part of his new bit. This is Mason's like.
No, it's because I'm
Mason.
fucking anxious. You
That's the
fucker.
bit though. Is that you're always anxious.
Yeah, that you're just a nervous guy.
I'm especially anxious today because I'm fighting my inner demons.
True. By the way, do you miss your water bottle?
No.
No, that's good.
What
Yeah.
happened to your water bottle? What?
You left it in my car when I broke down.
No. Here, I
Oh,
thought
yeah,
it
when
was
you-
gonna
when
be
your
some
car exploded.
interesting
Yeah,
story.
when my spark plug blew out of its fucking cylinder. Yeah, it's
Almost
really cool.
hit a man in the head.
No, surprisingly, I didn't know what was wrong, but it made a loud pop when I was at a
Yeah.
fucking stoplight and started to go.
Yeah.
that was the sound of the spark plug shooting out of its cylinder, and it broke my ignition coil out of place. It's really cool, and I didn't ever realize that was possible, and then I found out it was, and I was like, cool. So it's either I replaced the whole cylinder head, I've already fixed it, but or I tried to rethread the hole and put an insert in, which is what I did, but I put it in too far, so hopefully the piston head doesn't hit my cylinder, or doesn't hit the fucking spark plug. We'll see though.
the piston cup.
The piston head.
Yeah,
Why would you do
Lightning
that to that
McQueen,
head?
why is he pissing in a cup?
for drug tests, that's why.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You guys hear on TikTok that that Reddit guy? It's like super popular. The Reddit
I
guy.
didn't see it on TikTok because I don't like being spied on, so I don't have that app. But
Wow, that's
I did
crazy.
Hear about this.
That's a crazy thing to say.
Yeah, that was a
considering
Stephen bit that I just ran.
that you're chronically online.
Yeah.
That all your information is already known.
Hear
Yeah.
me out. I kind of agree with Mason on the whole entire no TikTok thing, because think about it. You're in the Canadian or United States government, you're not allowed to have that app on your phone.
That's crazy. That's
I mean-
crazy.
Well, that's only because it's a foreign entity and not a private corporation that gets the information.
True.
So, I mean, either way, you're getting spied on. It just depends on who's spying on you.
Yeah, exactly. And also, I guess it makes more sense for politicians, considering that they're politicians, and you're just a regular ass guy, so it doesn't really matter.
I don't
Either-
think the Chinese
also-
government is pining for Steven's information, you know?
No. Yeah.
I also decided to uninstall it when I saw that my screen time for TikTok in one day was 6 hours.
Yeah, that's fair.
So-
Jesus
That's like-
Christ.
My days off, which has been a lot, lately. That's like the first thing I do is look at my TikTok and then Twitter. So
That's how I start my day. I open up Twitter and I'm just like, damn, still sucks, huh?
yeah,
And then
my Twitter's not that bad, and then it gets bad occasionally. But for the most part, I try to really only put things I want to see on my Twitter, which is a lot of berserk, and then inevitably hentai. Not by my own choice, just people I follow.
Yeah,
they like that.
Sure,
yeah, they
but-
like that. They like that.
that's
You know?
weird of you.
What, for liking hentai? I mean, having my Twitter full of hentai? What do you mean? Oh, you know what's really crazy, too? For the first time in my entire life, like last week or the week before, I can't remember, I saw a raccoon.
I don't think I've ever seen one.
That's what I mean. I never saw one up until last week, and I was always talking about how I was like, I've never fucking seen a raccoon before. Like, obviously I've seen them online, but I've never looked at a raccoon in person. And it was like, I was driving to work, and it was crossing a crosswalk, and I was like, holy shit, that's a fat fucking cat. It was huge. And I got a closer look at it, and I was like, oh my god, that's a fucking raccoon. And I got so excited. I got so fucking excited, because I was so stoked to see a raccoon.
Out here.
I just realized I also saw one a couple weeks ago.
The
I
craziest
know my
thing,
raccoon story.
you will in
Yeah.
a second. Not right now. What? Go ahead, Kendrick.
Oh, I was gonna say, like, I was scooting home from work and
Saw one?
like going down Whoop Up or whatever, like the big hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, it was dark, so I couldn't really see, but there was something in front of me, and I'm like, is that a fucking skunk? But it was like big, like there was no way that it was a skunk because it was way too fucking fat. Like it was a big chonky guy, and I just like drove right by it. It didn't hear me or see me until I was like right next to it, and then it fucking, because it was like turned away from me.
Yeah.
And then right when I got by it, like fucking jump scared itself. And then I wasn't gonna turn back and look at it or like lose balance or whatever, but I'm pretty sure it must have been a raccoon because it was so fucking big.
Yeah, probably. Honestly, I think the funniest part though is that it was crossing a crosswalk, and like you'd expect it to be afraid of a big vehicle coming up to it, and he just kept slowly walking the whole way. And normally I'd be mad by that because I'm an angry driver because it would get the fuck out of my way. But I was just so, like I said, I was just so stoked to see a raccoon. I was like actually
Raccoons
freaking
do
out.
not jaywalk.
No, they don't. They follow
They
the
use
law.
the crosswalk like a respectable individual.
Yeah, but speaking of raccoons,
Yet they're known as trash pandas.
yeah,
I
it's really
got
cool.
I got a good raccoon story. So
Steven's biggest enemy in life are a bunch of raccoons that like to bully him.
And liberal
Okay.
media.
That
so
too.
for explanation at people at home, I have a detached garage that faces out towards my alley. There's
This is his
two
address.
families of raccoons. One of 5, one of 3. I think they're somehow related because they like to band together. First time ever I ran into these things, it's the middle of the night. I hear banging outside my backyard. And I live in a not so great area, so I assume chances are someone broke into my backyard. So I grab a metal baseball bat and start walking around my backyard. And I see just shimmering eyes in the night, and I'm like, what the fuck is that? Realize they're raccoons. They have now blocked me off from getting back into my garage. They're obviously not happy about me being there. There's quite a lot of them. And I'm just trying to keep them away from me with the baseball bat while trying to get inside my house. With the back window to my door open, I'm shouting for my dad, who's just out in the living room watching his sports game. Please let me in, let me in out of my keys. And he's just sitting there watching his game. And after 10 minutes or so, I'm finally able to get them to piss off. And he comes out and he's like, why are you screaming this way? What's wrong? And I'm like, you fucking asshole.
I love the idea of
And now
Steven.
they come back at least once every month during the summer. And they'll bash on the garage roof. They scratched up our apple tree when we had it. They just generally wreck shit in my backyard. And I've been having an ongoing feud with these fuckers.
That's horrifying.
It's
Have
so
this fucking
funny to
raccoon
me.
vendetta against their garage.
See, here's the thing. They don't even approach me anymore because they know I'm willing to take the bat out and take a swipe at them. So they go on the roof of my garage where I'm outside of reach, or they're outside of my reach, and they laugh. I've never heard a raccoon laugh before, but they fucking laugh at me.
And this is just why I think Steven's absolutely nuts. Because he's getting tormented by a bunch of fucking raccoons. And I just love the idea of him sitting outside his house doors screaming while his dad's just ignoring him. Just be like, please, the raccoons are back, Dad, please.
the funniest thing, for the first few months of this, no one believed me. But slowly but surely, people who spent time with me and, like, I got to hang out with me late night at the garage would eventually encounter them and see them laugh at me and then scutter off. And I'm like, see? And they're like, I just thought you were talking out your ass, man.
See, why I choose to believe it is because I just think, like I said, it's just really funny to me that you're getting bullied by raccoons. And that makes me a little bit happy. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I mean, it is a little funny. I'll give
It's
you
really
that.
funny. It's really funny.
Fucking get them. I'm gonna win this.
'Cause if you, well, okay, obviously people that don't watch know, but like Steven's a bit of a crazy guy, and it's just really funny that it helps feed into his crazy guy persona.
Maybe the raccoons
we don't
know
put
that
like
he's
the
crazy.
term crazy. We
Maybe the
prefer
bro-
the term mentally different.
Maybe the raccoons watch the podcast.
Neurodivergent.
Neurodivergent, yeah.
Dude, Divergent went crazy.
Dude, no, it did not. And I'm a fan, and I was a fan of the books, bro.
What was that? The book? I think we read it in school. It might have just been me because I was in dumb kid
Yeah.
class. But it was like holy shit.
Dream that
Yeah. Anyways,
Yeah.
stop. Okay,
Was it The Giving Tree?
we did read
I
that.
remember
With
reading
the guy with
that,
the
yeah.
eyes?
A lot of
The
people.
guy with
Guys,
the eyes.
You gotta give us more than that.
there
Well,
was
he,
the
like-
Giver. Oh, are you thinking about the Giver?
Yeah, the guy with the eyes. Like he can see color.
Yeah. That's the Giver.
Yeah.
The fuck
The
are you
book-
talking about?
I'm pretty
Yeah,
sure it's
you had
called
to
the
be in the
Giver.
dumb class. You
Yeah,
wouldn't have
no.
gotten it.
Oh, hold on. No, we read it in like regular, not dumb class. Hold on. Well, it's
every
basically a
class was a
story.
dumb class
It's like
if I was in it.
it's a dystopian future. Where
It's
like,
basically just modern London.
yeah, where like every aspect that's enjoyable to life is
More
controlled
security
and all that.
cameras than people.
Yeah, basically they take like sight, feelings,
Basically just
color.
IRL.
Yeah, basically. And
It is
then-
weird how like strict the fucking UK is becoming with their laws.
Okay, well, that's
They're
a
very
crazy
conservative.
transition. Are they? I don't know. I don't pay attention to that.
Well, like with their laws and stuff, like yeah, like
I'm
they're
American.
cracking,
It doesn't
they're
matter
cracking
to me.
down even on like e-bikes and like stuff like that, which is like why?
Wait, the e-bikes? Why? What are they
They're like
doing
they're
with
getting
e-bikes?
it, so you
'Cause
have to
they're
have
taking the
registration.
jobs.
You have to have
Right.
registration to like have a bicycle now.
That's crazy.
It's like what the fuck?
You
The
have your
BBC
TV license there, mate.
Yeah, the BBC originally expected everyone who owned a TV to have a TV license, and they had a van that they could drive around and point this dish at people's houses and figure out if they had a license or not.
That's insane.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah,
Just the
fuck.
funniest
actual
thing.
fly truck.
They refuse to explain the technology whatsoever. A lot of people don't think the technology even existed at the time, but the funniest thing of all is they tried to act like cops, but they had no real authority, to the point where they got in a lot of trouble of tricking people into thinking they had the authority to enter their homes, when really, no, they had no authority.
It's like a vampire.
Dude, that's crazy. You have to be.
This sounds like the premise of like a comedy movie. I can't believe this is real.
Europe
yeah,
is
that's
just
actually
a big
insane.
comedy movie.
Dude, why do you have the
Everything-
same opinion as Steven?
Oh, I don't
Because
hate them.
It's
don't hate
hilarious
them.
Okay, that's fair.
watching
Funny
like
fellas.
their anti, you have to have your TV license commercials, because they have one where like a guy tries to fake it in front of an enforcer.
Is that
by
still
making his
ongoing?
TV look like a
I don't think so.
microwave.
Okay, I was like, because that's crazy. If that's you have to have a license to have a
TV license.
That's crazy.
I'm
I can
sure
understand.
it's
I can
still
understand bikes and e-scooters or like e-vehicles or whatever way before like.
England has
know how to
not
watch
taken
TV.
away a lot of their ancient laws too. Like for instance, if you're within 100 feet of the Queen and you're not wearing shoes, you can go to jail.
That's
Yeah.
awesome.
You're
That's
not
really
allowed to
fun.
clean a carpet in public.
I wish I could
Or
actually
walk
enforce
around
that.
with fish.
Yeah, the fish one is.
I feel like every
Yeah.
country though has like their own insane rules and like laws and shit that no one
Oh, yeah,
actually
if
follows.
you
The
go
Queen
to
one, I imagine
Parliament-
they would follow.
You go into Parliament wearing full armor, they're supposed to chop your head off.
Do you think the Queen
Okay,
is
well they're
dead?
not gonna do that. Yeah, you know what? I do. I do think the Queen is dead.
Yeah.
There's no
100%.
like
How do
hasn't
you
been-
explain her public appearances?
she hasn't
Tupac
been making any.
hologram?
Wait, has she actually? I thought she hasn't been actually making appearances.
Very distant. Like, not only is it... They definitely have technology to fake that, they also just have prosthetics. Like, 100%
It's just
feasible,
her
very
body.
easily thing.
Okay,
what would they?
Her
What
just
would they
wheeling
gain
around
from
her dead body
pretending
for
she's
visits.
alive?
Because
That's
imagine what they
absolutely
would
true.
lose if she died.
What would they lose?
An old lady.
A lot of like
A lot of the crown's support right now in England is because of the Queen. A lot of people don't want the crown in England anymore, and they're supporting
like the Queen is
getting rid of
badass.
monarchy.
Snoop Dogg wasn't allowed to perform there, and it was basically just because he was a cool guy who smoked weed, and she literally was like, he hasn't done anything, let him fucking perform. Like she's badass. I think the idea is that if she fucking kicks the bucket, because they're already moving towards a very dystopian, weird.
Yeah, because isn't that a lot like? I mean, you still have people in England and stuff like that that are super supportive, but isn't that like the huge thing? Like nowadays, is that a lot of people around there are like they're kind of like, fuck this, fuck all this, fuck how our government is structured and shit, right? And they want like everything to be reformed. Because I thought that for me, though, believing the Queen is dead has nothing to do with any of that. I just think it's funny. So that's why I choose to believe that.
I think the main issue for England is ever since the Crown gave up a lot of their privatized land to the countries for production and such, they don't really produce much money anymore, for the actual country itself. And now with the Queen, the number one spokesperson that everyone loved passing, you could see a lot of support being pulled from the royal family.
Yeah. Maybe there are motives, who knows?
I think a very interesting thing is happening in China with the real estate market right now.
Yeah.
You're not allowed to invest in anything except for real estate there, which means everyone invests in real estate. And it's pretty much always been a safe bet. You usually would make your money back.
Well, people need homes, so
But now there is pretty much entire cities that are buildings that are basically just facades. They've been built up by companies that were invested in, and now nothing's really happening with them. And if that bubble bursts, shit will get interesting.
Yeah, isn't that a huge thing people are worried about right now? It's just specifically their housing market.
Yeah,
not that I have any idea how that affects anything at all. Not that I don't think it doesn't. It's just I am not educated enough on it to actually be. I don't know. Oh my god!
If their market crashes for all what they have money wise,
well, yeah,
that means they're gonna have to up their prices. Yeah, they're gonna have to up their prices.
All right, never mind. Easily explainable to me.
I think it's interesting. I don't know if it was in the U.S. or Canada, but China bought a shit ton of farmland recently.
Wait,
I think it was Canada.
In Canada?
Yeah, I don't know how that's
crazy. What? Yeah, that's nuts.
Just
how do you do that?
The Canadian government is not making smart moves.
Well, I'd believe our government would be okay with it, but I don't know.
China.
I mean, we're American.
Or no, I think it was U.S. farmland.
Ah.
Because I'm overall kind of still shocked about how much support the CCP gets in Canada.
I don't think they even get that much, to be honest with you.
No, I don't think they actually do, right?
They actually, it's in China, they try and peddle a story that Canada is actually an enemy. It's
we did kind of hold a Huawei executive with against their will for a while.
Yeah.
So there is tension between the Trudeau government and the CCP.
It's also
they're both socialists, so
if war did come between Taiwan
Trudeau
and
government
China,
is not socialist.
If Japan acts, you could see North America acting, which means they have to train their citizens to dislike Canadians to want to kill them. That's just rule number one of warfare.
That's the issue with the internet, is you can't control your population as easily.
That's why the Chinese government has restricted internet.
This is getting dark really quick. Can we change topics? Holy shit, I just realized.
What else are we going to talk about? Our unsuccessful podcast?
Yeah, I don't know. Fucking be creative and shit.
Okay, here's an idea. I
keep saying I got content brain.
I was incredibly disappointed by Saints Row 4. The driving mechanics in that game look so janky. It looks
Saints
like
Row
it was
4?
just... Yeah, sorry, whatever you're going to call it.
It's just Saints Row. I got a question. Kendrick, you said you didn't pay for it?
Yeah, boy.
Did you pirate it? Am I hanging out with a bad kid?
Let's go!
You already knew that I did that. So.
We don't condone pirating, wink.
I do.
Well,
I don't know. That game is it's just soulless. There's every fucking aspect of it is... I didn't even get to the main gameplay loop, but as far as I know, the main gameplay loop is buying
Just repetitive.
businesses.
Yeah,
doing
it's
side
buying the
quests.
businesses and then doing all the side quests from them to level them up so that you can get to the actual story missions that are gated behind them.
So you can stop being a wage slave. I don't know, that first fucking cutscene when it was like, the wage slave is back from work. Oh, I gotta pay my student loans. Like, dude, this is not fucking Saints Row. Like, whoever made this has no fucking idea what Saints Row is. Like,
Wacky GTA.
No. Saints Row 2 was a fucking
Okay,
masterpiece. Saints Row 3 was a bit goofy, but personally I think it's fine. Saints Row 4 isn't a good Saints Row game, but it's a really good game. And then Saints Row is just a soulless, gross looking. Like, it looks like a fucking Fortnite custom map.
It literally looks like a PS3 Saints Row game.
Low-key, with the Saints Row 4, I felt that the entire game felt a little bit detached in the way of sometimes guns just aren't even worth using when you can just super sprint around.
That's why
it's melee people to
it's
death.
not a good Saints Row game, but it's a good game. Like, it's... I played it recently after playing Saints Row and being like, this fucking sucks. Yeah, it's basically a big collect-a-thon with Saints Row-esque quips, which is, like, fine. It's a perfectly fine game.
What do you think of Gat Out of Hell, though? God.
I only played it on PS4, and I couldn't fucking get into it. I didn't like the flying mechanics.
I played it
with...
with...
someone else agrees.
I actually... Okay, I don't think it's a great game, but I actually enjoyed playing it. I had fun playing it, but I wasn't, like, super, like, wow, this is great.
Weren't all the cutscenes, like, a graphic novel? I remember something.
I think
weird
so.
about
I
it.
honestly, I can't remember that well.
They had like a
pretty
really weird format where it almost looked like it was drawn out of a storybook.
I mean,
Maybe it's like the
for
memory
money.
around it why I enjoyed it so much, because like it was like Francis was like at my house all the time. We were just playing Get Out of Hell.
Can we? I don't know. This is podcast talk.
What?
Can we talk about that message he sent to the fucking group chat the other day?
It wasn't that bad. What do you mean?
It was weird. I'm trying to read into it too much.
Yeah, it just was like a message that he sent to the wrong chat. What do you mean?
Yeah, but it was a weird message. Like, what does he mean by that?
Okay, yeah, okay. I forgot what it was entirely. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
what does
Honestly,
he mean by that?
would you rather
gotta
stop
go
doing
reread
the? This is what it says. Okay. Honestly, would you rather stop doing the punishment thing? And he says, "LOL, wrong chat."
And then I asked him how he was.
It's in some weird shit.
And
Yeah, that's cool. That is kind of weird. I don't think it's anything. Honestly, who knows at this point?
I
It's
feel
Francis.
like he was just memeing. I don't know if that's real.
No, it's real. I don't think he's memeing because he doesn't talk to anybody besides me, in the group. So like, I don't know why he would randomly send that to the chat.
Maybe he was looking at that chat recently or something.
maybe he
Yeah.
is a dominant subtype.
Yeah.
He's a
That's-
power bottom.
Yeah, that is fucking. That's super funny. I don't know.
When he sent that, I immediately just started
couldn't
laughing.
Imagine. I couldn't imagine Francis being a bottom. The dude tried to jab my throat out with a pencil. He was that ambitious.
That's just his way of expressing himself.
I know, but the dude's like a Sigma male. I don't think he could be a bottom.
That's never how I would describe Francis, but right on.
I think he's like a delta male.
Delta male, yeah.
What does that even mean?
Well, he's not like an alpha or a beta.
He's just kind of a male. That's
Yeah, he's
it.
just a
Like-
guy. Not too interested in women.
Wait, are there like
Or men.
Charlie males, like Echo males, and all
You're
that?
reading
Yeah.
way too far into this now.
Foxtrot male?
There's zebra males.
I'm a Zeta male.
I'm
Is it Zeta or is it zebra?
Yeah,
Zeta.
might a
It could be. I
Tango
think it's
male.
both.
what? What kind of male is that?
I don't
Tell me
know.
what it is.
Foxtrot male.
Email.
Oh, that's what you're talking about. I thought
I'm basing
email.
it off of. I'm basing it off of what is it, military uniform or whatever it is.
I'm a white male.
I'm a cis white male.
I'm a cis white male.
I'm
He's
just
a
a different.
Caucasian.
I got a funny screenshot I'm gonna send. Because I think it's. I think I already sent it actually. I said we live in a. We live in a. Yeah, I think that's.
There was way
interesting.
too much text on that screenshot.
It-
My dumbass.
I'll
didn't
read.
wanna
I'll read it out.
He looked at that and he's just like, "Fuck you."
I'll read this out. I don't know which
Okay.
phenomenon is funnier: guys who refuse to wear shorts no matter how hot it is, or guys who only wear shorts even in freezing temperatures. And then someone replied,
Listen.
please consider that some people have ADHD, ASD, or other conditions which cause sensory issues. In my case, I don't like the way pants and socks feel, and I prefer shorts and sandals whenever possible. It's not a pride issue or a fashion issue. And someone quote tweeted this saying, is everything just like this now? And then somebody replied to him saying, love it when ableds are like harder to make fun of people when they have to consider whether you might be making fun of their disabilities. Try mocking the very idea of ableism instead. Bro.
All right, so my opinion on this is that I don't doubt that there are people out there that actually, and this is the case for them. They suffer from something, so that's why they do it. But I think mass majority of people that you look at that do this are just weird. They're just weird people. They're just regular-ass people.
I just think it's fucking insane how you can say anything now and get people replying to you being like, actually, this is fucked up and you should lose your job because you said this. It like...
Yeah, I don't know. That's why
we're on a crash course for something interesting.
Those damn libs taking their socialism too far.
Not even that. It's just like...
People in general, I think it doesn't even matter. It's just, no matter what, everybody's just too crazy. I mean, I'm a pretty liberal person, right? I'd say more than... Not everybody here.
Not more
but I feel like people think I'm
I think
actually...
Kendrick is probably the most liberal. I'd say I probably follow a close second.
I wouldn't even consider myself liberal. Like I'm farther left than liberal.
You know what we should do?
Okay, you're crazy then. So
Kendrick is a confirmed member of Antifa. Just to let you guys know.
That's not how you say that.
Antifa, what's she doing here?
Okay, after this episode, we should all do a political compass test and use that as our profile pictures.
Yeah.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah,
okay, I'm down for that. I'm pretty sure mine's like left, but also like libertarian. I can't remember. No.
I had a coworker describe me as, because there was like a meme before I started at the place I work of everybody in the business on like a political chart.
Mm-hmm.
And I asked him where he thought I would be, and he's like, I think you're extremely left until you can make money, and then you're extremely right. And I was like,
I'd actually believe that.
Like,
I don't even think that you're like. I think you're more. Honestly, I don't know. I don't know where I'd place you because some days I'm like, yeah, he's more left, and I go, he's a little bit more right. I don't think you're. I don't think you're drastic to any side.
Mason, you have a really good mix of the two.
Yeah, I don't think you're like drastic to either side. Even like me, I'm more liberal. I like to think myself as more in the middle, or like willing to hear people out. But like, I definitely lean more liberal.
The
but
thing
like
is,
you, it's like back and forth. I don't know.
I fully expect people to recognize when I'm being sarcastic, and I don't think I understand how little they do.
Yeah,
so like
probably.
when I say some crazy shit that is like out of nowhere, like 99% of the time I'm fucking joking. But then I'm like thinking about it later, and I'm like, oh shit.
I didn't clarify. Like, not
like,
everybody's gonna get that.
I hope people don't think I'm an asshole. Like,
the thing is, you say crazy shit in the exact same tone that you'd say anything else.
Well, yeah, that's
true.
That's
which
how
which adds to the humor. It makes it funnier, but it's also harder to read.
Yeah. Like tip
it's
your
just like
landlords.
it's funnier in retrospect once you realize.
You gotta tip your landlords.
Yeah.
Yeah, low key.
Gotta pay a $40 application fee, a $20 pet fee, and then an extra like $35 each month for it.
I'm surprised the pet fee is only $20.
Yeah. Or like the sorry, the pet application fee.
Oh
and
yeah.
And then the pet fee itself is like $170 each month.
Low key, sometimes I cannot tell if Mason hates me or if he's just cracking a joke and I get scared and I pissed him off.
I think it's back and forth.
I think
some days he does.
Sometimes the shit you say just pisses me off because it annoys me because I mean like your humor and my humor mix about as well as oil and water, but sometimes the absolute absurdity of the shit you say, like going to the industrial area to beat up homeless people, that's really funny to me.
No, I did do that. I did not.
You definitely said you did, though.
Yeah.
No. That was just the joke of it.
Yes,
I
we're aware.
Walks in the industrial, and people went to fight me.
Then he beat up homeless people because he hates them.
No.
Because Stephen doesn't like seeing homeless people. I'm kidding. If I just want to clarify, I am kidding. Not to you.
Stephen wasn't when he was beating.
I just don't like his
yeah,
friend.
Stephen meant to.
I just don't like it when random drug addicts walk up to me and demand my vape.
You're a drug addict.
Stop going. Yeah, you are. To be fair, yeah, you are actually.
I stopped going on walks in the industrial a long time ago. I realized, yeah,
you're still a drug
I'm
addict.
Never gonna get. Okay, well, that's just weed.
And nicotine.
I'm not
and
tripping.
nicotine.
I'm not tripping on fentanyl.
You can be if you want.
I don't want to.
The door is always open, Steven.
That's true. Listen, if school doesn't go well for me, there we go, baby.
Going into drug use.
He'll be
Sorry,
another
space
person that
cowboy.
Steven can
Hard
beat up in
drugs.
the industrial zone.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing
Dude,
any
oh,
hard
shit.
drugs. I'm going out the Juice World way with perks.
Sheesh.
Dude, that's such a fucked up thing, because, like, he was on his private jet with, like, guns and drugs, and his pilot fucking called the airport, and they were like, yo, they got guns and drugs on this plane, and then he was like, fuck, I'm gonna hide on my perks by eating them, and then he fucking died. Anyways.
Which, there's so many things that it's just so stupid about that whole situation.
God damn.
It is, yeah.
I
Anyways,
didn't actually know that story until now.
Yeah.
Fuck.
NASA going to
Yeah.
the moon. Well, they're trying to. They've scrubbed, like,
Going
2 launches
back
now.
to the moon.
For real?
Yeah, they were gonna launch on the 1st or the 31st, and then on the 3rd, and both of those got scrubbed. The second one was from a fuel leak.
Nice, they know what they're doing.
It's so fucking cool. Like, because in my entire life, all of our lifetimes, there hasn't really been any, like, interesting space missions. There's been a lot of really cool shit, but nothing that's, like, not going to another body. It's an unmanned mission, but I think they're basically testing. They're testing if they're able to land.
Because what they say by 2024 they want boots on ground on the moon, right?
Yeah.
That was the prediction.
And-
That's why I was surprised, I guess. But
what I think is cool is, well, it's weird because the rocket system they're using is relatively archaic. Like, they're reusing engines from the space shuttle, which isn't, like, crazy because they're expensive as fuck, and if they still work, why not use them? But a lot, like, I'm pretty sure everything is one use, which is
leaks behind.
it's not
certain
good.
competitors.
Yeah, it's not good, but it makes sense for what they're doing. But SpaceX fucking has a contract to build a lunar lander, and it's going to be the fucking Starship. So there's going to be, like, seeing a fucking 3-story tall rocket land on the moon is going to be fucking badass. Like, that's going to be cool as shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that's all reusable, which means their fucking turnaround time is, like, nothing. Like, I can't remember the actual numbers, but they launched, like, the same Falcon 9 booster, like, 10 times in 1 year, which is
That's
awesome.
actually crazy. Yeah, that's actually
Yeah.
crazy. I mean, I think that means a lot.
Yeah.
Ew, my breath.
I
just
just think,
got a
like,
whiff of my breath. It's gross.
I hope they have onboard cameras.
I bet you they will.
Yeah, I mean, like, if fucking SpaceX is doing it, they have to. Like, because, like, why the fuck don't we have more space live streams?
I mean, well, I think it's just because, like, most of what goes into space isn't that interesting. Well, okay, anything space to me is interesting, but just not that interesting, or it's a station. And, like, I think it's just they lost so much momentum because there's no Cold War to promote, hey, let's try to get farther and farther into space anymore.
Yeah.
But anyways, like, the government in general just stopped funding space travel or, like, anything space-related for the most part, and then it just lost all of its hype. But luckily, SpaceX is coming through. But I think that's why.
Well, there's a few. There's Virgin, there's Boeing, and there's Virgin is interesting because they have
There's Blue Origin too.
Yeah, they're doing basically a gigantic jumbo jet that picks up a rocket and gets it through the thickest part of the atmosphere, which means it's way more efficient and it's cheaper. I there is just something cool about an actual rocket taking off, though, that is you can't really get. I don't know.
Yeah. But, like, it's like what? Oh, okay, never mind. Continue.
That's the most insane thing also that happened. Look up here real quick. So, U.S. budget for NASA is $24 million.
Mm-hmm.
Budget for their military is $750 billion.
Here's the thing. I recently was thinking about this, and it sort of makes sense to have that big of a military budget. Only because the military-industrial complex, but, like, we haven't really seen the U.S. like defend the U.S., but we've seen them do a lot of other shit. And at this point, I wouldn't want them to cut the budget. Like,
I think I still would, because that money could be going towards much better things. I don't think,
Yeah.
wanting to support yourself when it comes to the military, right? I definitely do. They don't want to lose their position as the number one, like, military force. Or up there, at least. They're top, like, 4, at least. I don't know, something like that. But, like, it doesn't need to be that high. Like, there's, like, that's a lot of money, right?
Not to also mention, when you look at the U.S.'s, like, entire equipment list, you can tell that their, like, equipment is built for more offshores encounter and not really on home base. Like, you compare their medium tanks to Russia's medium tanks, you see nearly 5 times the plating because, it makes you a bit easier to hit. But for Russia, they can pump out a new tank from a workshop and get on their front lines real quick. The U.S. has to ship it across the wire, so that tank you get has to last.
Russia is... They're using older and older tanks now because they keep, like, running out. And someone was like, oh, they're just going to get their shit pushed in. And it's like, no. Like, here's the thing. It's not tank versus tank. It's tank versus fucking drone dropping grenade. Fucking... It's all this shit. So it's like, that's how we won World War II. It was just a numbers game. Like, we pumped out more tanks than the Axis could. And that's what won the fucking war.
Yeah. Not to also mention, Russian tanks really aren't built for modern warfare in the way of... The smaller tank does make it hard to hit, but when you have smart technology that can auto-target, it doesn't really matter how small you are. It matters if you can survive that hit.
I watched a YouTube short that was really interesting, and it explained how, like, artillery bombardments, it's kind of like a... It's not like a they hit you, you hit back. It's more of a, oh shit, they hit us. We're not going to shoot, because if we shoot, they're going to immediately know where we're at, so we're going to wait until we have a more advantageous time to shoot back. It's more of a game of cat and mouse than it is like an actual
back and forth.
Like, yeah. Because nowadays they just have like radars that are like, oh yeah, they shot from here, aim the artillery here, and then they shoot, and it's just like, it's done. Back in the day, it was like, oh, just keep fucking shooting that way. They're gonna keep shooting this way.
We'll hit them.
Yeah.
We'll get them.
Yeah. Artillery strikes from defending positions are also a lot easier to hit too, because they have predetermined hit sites they know the math for just by heart. And they'll basically go, this hit site, this many degrees to the west, this many meters north. And all they have to do is adjust the math slightly from the point they know how to hit, and they can hit that point with 100% accuracy.
There was back on Space Talk, there's an interesting theory about a 9th planet that is orbiting at like a 10,000 year orbit. So like it comes around every 10,000 years.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you look at other galaxies, like planets the size of Earth are really common. Like it's really weird that we only have one planet the size of Earth. They're pretty much a dime a dozen in other galaxies and shit. So the idea is that we do have another one. It's just only around for every 10,000 years, which is kind of a horrifying thought to think of. Because it's like, how much don't we know?
Oh, well, okay. Well, yeah.
Like,
when it comes to that, there's what we know is just such a small percentage of what is probably like of what is true, like of what we could know, right? Like
I think I remember in my astronomy class, I think we basically understand like maybe 1% of the universe.
I think it's even less than that. Like how I'm going off of like how things work. Like why everything functions, how it works.
Oh, I know. That's what I'm saying. It's like we barely understand anything.
Yeah, I feel like it's even lower than that. I can't remember. A long time ago, as in like a couple months ago. I was looking
when it comes to how terrifying the universe is. We know they exist. We don't know how to track them or where they are. But rogue black holes exist. Black holes traveling around the speed of light, shooting around the entire universe. One could hit us at any point in time, and we'd never know.
Something I think is really cool.
Yeah.
I don't know if I talked about this on this podcast or not.
No.
It's a
theory... Do you talk about it on another podcast?
Yeah, I have a few. Yeah, I went on Joe Rogan a few weeks ago.
Yo! Did you plug your podcast?
No, dude, no. Fuck, I was too high. Anyways, fucking... There's a theory of like, oh, our sun is fucking dying. We have like 100 years left. But we have a black hole over there. If we build a society around this black hole, due to the way the event horizon functions, we will basically have 10x more years or 100x more years because time just goes slower if
You're
you're
talking
around.
about Dyson Sphere?
No.
No. That's getting power from like a star.
Oh,
He's talking about
yeah.
just building a society on the edge of the
Just,
not
just
close
relativity.
enough. Yeah.
It's something. It's like it's physically probably not possible because the amount of like force that would be on that structure would be insane.
Mhm.
Maybe an
But
egg
theoretically,
An
Yeah.
egg-shaped structure around it, maybe?
No, not around anything, Stephen. It's just
Well,
a
you couldn't put
structure.
it near a black hole. You'd have to completely surround it if you.
that is
wanted
kind
to
of the
try to
idea.
negate
Is that you're setting up a base on the event horizon, which is the point where like light can't escape.
yeah.
Or I think something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't have a
Yeah.
fucking high school diploma. I don't know
That
what the
is
fuck I'm talking
that
about,
is
but
that. Nothing can escape past that point.
yeah. So something that is horrifying to think about is if you were to get sucked in, and looking out,
Yeah.
at some point you would see all of time happen at once, which is
Oh, dude. I think that
incomprehensible.
I guess that's
like-
scary to me, though. I think that I go, that's so wicked, and then I
it
die.
is really cool. Like
Yeah.
Like I went from being scared of black holes to being like extremely interested in like just like because it's
they're crazy.
It makes no fucking sense. Like it sucks in everything and compresses it to like a fucking nano whatever
Yeah.
the fuck.
A smaller point than we can actually like realize.
Yeah.
What do you guys think of Einstein's theory of white holes, which do the opposite spelling matter, and him trying to use those to explain the Big Bang?
That's a fun little fan theory that I like personally. I like the idea of that, like everything matter all gets sucked into a point, and then on the other end, wherever that is, it just explodes out.
Yeah,
I don't know
I
how
mean, Big
probable
Bang
that is because
happened.
I'm not a science guy. I'm just a white guy on a podcast.
How many
But,
times
like-
can we say white guy?
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
being a white guy on a podcast, it does make you correct automatically.
True.
Oh, yeah,
You're
that's
right.
super
So I'm going to
briefly.
say this with authority then. I really like the idea of that. Like that everything goes into one point and then just blasts into another. Thanks. Welcome to my TED Talk.
Welcome to my death.
Yeah,
Fuck,
no,
what was I
black
gonna
holes are
say?
super interesting too. I just really like the time aspect of it. Just like the time,
Yeah,
or
'cause it's-
just the time
it's-
dilation, or is that only referring to speed? I can't remember.
It's
But,
something
like-
that we can't comprehend.
No, absolutely. And that's what's so crazy. I mean, again, going back to like how much we know, like everything what is true if humanity will never fully understand anything. But like oh fuck.
The universe isn't meant to
Thank
be
you.
understood.
Yeah, thank you.
Like, even just-
I just
even-
lost my train of thought.
It's even incomprehensible to even like just realize the fact that we are just on a big floating rock. Like that's just crazy.
It is
Because
crazy.
Also-
we know one set of rules.
Unless
like-
you believe in God.
Well,
I mean, this is why I
I'd
don't
like to see
believe in
God go to Mars.
Same. Yeah, fuck you, God. Suck my dick.
By the way, since we're talking about black holes, mind if I segue a bit into quasars?
I don't know what
Is
that
it a
is.
dinosaur? No, I'm just kidding. I know what you're
So-
talking about.
So, quasars are basically black holes that have so much light around them they can't currently absorb everything around them. So they're basically a giant luminous black hole. And they typically have so much energy leaking out of them that they have basically beams of light shooting out of the top.
Oh,
and
yeah.
bottom of them.
Yeah, that's sick. That's
Have you
rad.
seen
Dude, I want to
the-
explore space.
Have you seen the it was in Interstellar, but like the they did the math, they crunched the numbers and figured out what it would
The
look
black
like
hole.
to
Yeah.
see a black
Yeah,
hole.
oh, yeah.
And it's like a
And it
And
was
they
fucking
true.
fucking got it right. It was
Yeah.
It's
fucking
like-
crazy.
even just seeing that is like fucking MC Escher optical illusion. Like it doesn't
Yeah, well,
fucking
yeah,
make
and then
sense.
trying to wrap your brain around how like why it looks how it is, and it's just like, no, absolutely, because it's all light that's getting sucked in, right? So that's why it's like you see it around, and you see it like in front of it,
Yeah.
because like a black hole isn't like a
It's not
flat
2D,
object.
it's
Yeah,
looks-
three-dimensional.
It looks
Yeah, it's
more
crazy.
than 3 dimensions. Like
Yeah.
that's the best
It
way
does.
to
It
describe
Honestly,
kind of
kinda.
looks 4D in a way.
yeah, dude, that's
I
such
like
a
quasars because you can't even see the black hole. It's just the massive formation of light around them that makes you know what's going on inside.
Yeah, that's what I fucking keep seeing all the images pop up of like the James Webb telescope, and it's just so
Dude, they spotted the
Sick,
first
dude.
exoplanet.
yeah,
we
like an
have to-
actual
we-
good picture. Because
Yeah,
I know
it's
we know of
decent.
these. Yeah, it's like we know of these exoplanets, but the like it's not like we see a good picture of it. It's just we know it's there, and we can.
It kind of looks like the Among Us thing. Hold on.
Yeah.
Amorgus.
Dude, it's sick. But anyways, yeah, it's like we don't actually have a picture of it. We just know it's there, and then kind of off of like light, we can tell that it's
Stored
an
James
exoplanet.
Webb. Fucking yeah, sure. I'll take cookies. Fuck off.
Dude.
No, my cookies.
Copy image. Paste. Yeah. So it looks like the Among Us guy in the bottom left pictures.
Yeah, the blue one. Pretty
Yeah,
sick.
that's the first
Dude, that's
exoplanet.
sick.
It
Okay.
reminds me of how, like, in our place, 2022, everyone would just put fucking Amoguses everywhere, hidden in all the artwork.
Dude, I gave a dick to your Amogus guy on the fucking on the fridge, and Connor erased it. I gave him a big old
Yeah,
dick.
I saw. He sent me, like, a snap of that, and then when I came home, it was erased. I was like, what the fuck?
Such a bitch, bro. God. Hate you, Connor. You suck.
See, Jen, something that I will always personally rave about, and that's the Kepler telescope. Because, Zach might have to bleep this out, but the magnification system was built in our university.
That's badass.
Oh,
That
yeah.
is badass.
The professor, I had him from my astronomy course.
Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, like,
Oh,
it's
what?
legitimately so cool.
That's sick.
We built one of the most powerful magnification systems of its time for a telescope that's regarded to be 10 times stronger than Hubble.
Well, I don't know about we, but no, I'm just kidding.
You know
That is rad, though. It's where we are.
How
It's
many
the only real claim to fame.
how many years do you like? How many light years do you think the James Webb is able to see?
Oh fuck, that's.
Yeah, I don't know. Far. I know that.
I'm not.
It's about a
Scientific
quarter of a
experiment
billion
for that.
light years,
Yeah.
which is
God, that was around
Which
my
is-
guess.
which
Yeah.
is like it's. I was watching a video on this, and it was explained as if you have like a straight line, like
Mhm.
Hubble can see like halfway through that straight line. James Webb can see almost to the end, which implies it can almost see the Big Bang, which is like
Dude, yeah, I know. Dude, on
really-
TikTok, I keep seeing people. I thought this was just kind of like well known and stuff like that. Like people, obviously, because it's the James Webb Telescope is like super popular and everybody's freaking out about all the images coming out. But on TikTok and stuff like that, people are like finding out that how light works and that we're seeing the universe billions
As it
of years.
was
Yeah.
billions of years ago.
And then everybody on my TikTok just going, "Oh my god, existential dread, what?" And I'm just like, I thought like that's just kind of
Everyone
like
knew that.
I thought
I remember
it was just
being
known
a kid
thing.
and like learning that the
Yeah.
sun was like 8 minutes behind.
Yeah.
Does that
exactly.
logic not transfer over to the rest of the universe? And the rest
Apparently
of
not.
everyone's?
And like I'm not a smart guy, so I was like, I thought it was just well known. I was like, these people
just
have to
common
be. I was
sense.
like, these guys have to be dumb.
Do you know about the Voyager 1?
Yeah, I know of it.
I know about
It-
it. Okay.
I need to urinate.
It's it's like one of the first fucking things we sent into space with the I think our
Oh,
plan was
yeah,
just
yeah.
to like go see Jupiter or something. I don't know.
And then
Um,
it went past.
And now it's in interstellar space, and it has been since 2012, and it is 14 billion miles away from Earth, and they're still able to communicate with it, and it uses fucking magnetic VHS tapes. Like, it is the most insane thing that this old fucking junk satellite thing, we're still just, like, we're still seeing it. And, like, when we weren't sure, because around our galaxy, there's basically a big, like, not force field, but it essentially is a force field with like solar winds and like crazy radiation, and they weren't sure if it would actually make it through that barrier to get into interstellar space. And we actually learned that it's not really it's not like a big orb around us, it's more of like an egg-shaped thing. And it like it's not as impassable as we thought, which is cool. I mean, it's still pretty impassable because to actually get there with humans, we would need to go faster than the speed of light.
We
And
would
if you can
need
go faster than the speed of
generations
light,
people.
if you go faster than the speed of light and you hit a piece of fucking dust, it'll blow up
Bye.
your entire fucking
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
done. Like,
Although there is also the theory that when matter starts traveling at the speed of light, it can sort of slip through itself.
well, the idea behind like a warp drive is technically feasible, but we need energy that is comparable to like a couple of Jupiters, which is not really possible.
That we know of,
Maybe
yeah.
with a Dyson Sphere, we might be able to achieve something like that. But with modern
Well,
technology,
yeah, let's-
for gaining
I don't even
power,
think with the
nah.
Dyson Sphere we'll be able to. I mean,
It-
that's great.
A
That's a
Dyson
great
sphere
energy
is
source.
not enough.
Yeah, it's like that's great energy source for us. But like overall, that's not going to be enough.
The idea
Also,
behind
how
it.
funny would it be if we Dyson Feared a whole bunch of constellations and took them away from people?
Who? Who else is?
Hey,
Steven,
aliens, bro.
are you implying you know something that we don't?
He knows about aliens.
He's an
No,
alien.
I'm saying, how funny would it be if you're telling your kids about all the constellations and your kid's like, the Little Dipper isn't real, Dad.
Oh, that's
You
what you
look
mean.
up
Yeah,
and
I
you
don't.
realize it's gone.
It's
and the
gone. It's
kid's
just
like,
away.
"Fucking
Yeah.
liar."
No, I get what you're saying now.
The idea behind an actual warp drive isn't like propulsion though. It's bending matter. Like you're basically moving matter around. Yeah. It's like it's definitely above my pay grade to explain, but it's really fucking cool.
Cool as shit.
I know in the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, the ship that they were using was supposedly not, the ship didn't move itself, it moved the universe around it.
Yeah, that's essentially how
pretty
it
much
functions.
what a warp drive is, yeah.
You know what that also reminds me of another thing I was reading? This other guy had a theory based off the idea of if something's not right in the universe would try and automatically correct it. Therefore, his idea was simply try and convince the universe you're somewhere else, and when you're not physically where you're supposed to be, it'll simply place you where it thinks you're supposed to be.
Let's just fire a large Hadron Collider in space. See what happens.
I honestly agree with that theory. I want to see what happens.
Yeah, I think that'd be
fun.
It's funny how people are like, I don't know how true this is, but everyone like freaks out, like, oh, they could fuck this up and open a black hole on Earth. I'm game. Let's see what happens.
Yeah, I'm not that worried about it because I don't think it. Yeah,
open it.
Yeah, it's like I don't think it would happen because I trust us enough not to do that. But like, also, I bet you the chances are like super slim, like just so unlikely.
I mean, there was a guy who, I don't know if it was like the Large Hadron Collider, but it was one of them. He stuck his head in the way, and a fucking particle went through his brain, and he was like relatively fine. But
relatively is a strong word for what happened.
He was alive.
But
he lived, didn't he?
He temporarily lived.
He temporarily lived.
Okay, see, this is what happens when you watch like 17 million YouTube videos over the course of 21 years.
Hey, dude, I get it. Yeah, no, I get it, bro. Fucking, all the information I've absorbed through my brain, because I have had the exact same phase, except it's so long of like being so interested in space and like, if only I remembered any of that.
I think only that stayed in my head. For 2 weeks, and it was absolute hell for the man. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, dude, was it like
he died? He died a fucking horrible death.
Yeah.
Was it like the same way that fucking
3.5 rogatons?
The one guy that got just obliterated by like radiation.
Pretty much.
No,
by the Demon Core.
Yeah, he got obliterated by radiation.
They might.
Dude, do you know what's fucking crazy about that? They recently found out the actual casing wasn't enough to cause it to melt down. What caused it to melt down was his hand overtopped the hole on the top, which is like so it's Schadenfreude. It's funny as fuck because it's
well, humans are naturally a little radioactive.
Although, question, did you guys hear what they're doing with the Large Hadron Collider recently, trying to produce antimatter?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I think they have, actually.
They have. They found ways to store it safely, but you know what's the thing I still find just crazy? They produced a few molecules of it. That's enough that they could blow up their entire building. And they're I'm pretty sure there's like governments contacting them saying, yeah, we want to see if you can produce a whole gram of this stuff.
Yeah.
That just gives me supervillain vibes if anyone has that stuff.
Well, listen, we're naturally good at utilizing anything destructive to our own means, so I'm not that
but we could also channel that into a possible way to create energy.
Yes, it's a great energy source. And then it'll further our understanding of how the universe works.
Nuclear engines for fucking rockets should have been our move. Because it's incredibly efficient, and they're not good in the atmosphere, but that's like 5% of space travel, so it doesn't matter. But like the US was like testing these, and they like had it functioning and they worked, and then they banned testing nuclear things. So now they can't.
I mean, yeah, it was literally just politics at that point.
Yeah.
But well, nuclear power, people don't really understand that it's actually not that unsafe. Some of it doesn't melt down. It's just like the waste after the fact that's the big problem.
Even that isn't that bad.
What you're using
but
core.
Yeah.
Literally, it would
It's
be
less
as simple.
pollution than anything else right now.
We have the ability to dig like a 2-inch wide hole fucking miles into the earth. That is more than enough of a fucking solution. Like, by the time that's not a solution anymore, we're gonna have better ways of producing power. Like, it's...
I guess that's true, yeah.
It is... It's fucking annoying.
Yeah.
No one does anything right. Make me run the world. I'll do it all perfect.
Yeah, you'll do such a great job. Sorry,
Everyone
guys, I
has
slept
to listen
in
to Kanye West every morning.
every morning.
He's going crazy on...
He's not crazy, he's a genius, I swear!
He's named one genius that ain't crazy.
Shut
He's
the
going
fuck up,
fucking insane on
dick rider.
Instagram.
Yeah, he is, I see that.
Like, I don't know, like...
the fuck out of Kanye.
Yeah?
He like he's posting about like, oh yeah, tomorrow I'll be in retirement, which is just a fancy way of saying unemployed. Like, I don't know what's happening with Yeezy. Like, fucking they're taking over Yeezy or something. I don't know.
I know. Then he's talking about like, yeah. I mean, maybe, dude. He's falling apart as a person. He's going nuts.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for Kanye to finally pop Pete Davidson in the jaw.
I think something
they're not dating anymore. Kanye West and Pete Davidson, they're not dating anymore. No, Pete Davidson
Did you
and
see
Kim Kardashian broke up.
because you know how Pete
He really
Davidson's in like
does.
therapy for how Kanye was being crazy.
Yeah.
He's like, hey Pete, how's those tattoo of my kids look in therapy? And I was like, that's hard as fuck.
Yeah, not gonna lie. That's kind of funny to me.
I respect
badass.
Kanye even more.
I respect
God.
him as an artist.
Hold
Good
on.
morning, Kanye.
Good
Fuck
night,
you,
Mr.
Creative
Kanye.
direction. Oh yeah, maybe he is just leaving. He's just not gonna have Yeezus. Oh my god. Yeah.
Yeah,
Maybe he's getting pushed out.
I think he is.
That's crazy. I thought he owned, well, okay, not shoe brand wise, but like clothing wise, I think he owns Yeezy independently. But when it comes to shoe manufacturing, he partners with Adidas. I'm pretty sure. I can't remember.
And like the Gap had a meeting about him, but he wasn't there. Like a bunch of shit.
Yeah.
He's probably getting pushed out of stores, I would imagine.
Yeah.
Fuck it. Maybe he'll go to space. That'd be badass.
Probably not.
We should just do a space podcast.
Yeah.
Hear me out.
Yeah, if we can all go to space.
Trump
That'd be
could win
cool.
the first one. Biden could win the second one. I'm voting Kanye next
Yeah.
time around. That's all
I think-
I'm saying.
I think it'd be cool.
To have him be president.
Yeah.
You're part of the problem.
I am.
Yeah.
He knows. What's your point?
Yeah, so you're one of the people that were like, oh, there's going to be a hot take, but like the whole, oh man, it's so funny, Donald Trump is president. I'm going to vote for him, but he's not going to win. And then he won.
I mean, it was pretty funny.
Yeah, it's super funny.
It was funny for
It
5
was-
minutes.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Did you see recently he was talking about how him and Mark Zuckerberg met up at the White House a week ago?
No.
And everyone's like, brother, you haven't been in office for like 590 something days. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Now everyone's like, see, Biden isn't fucking crazy, Trump's crazy. It's like, they're both fucking old lunatics. They're
yeah.
both old lunatics who fucking snort Adderall. It doesn't fucking matter.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
Loki,
personally,
I'm
I'd
just
still have
waiting.
Biden in office, but yeah.
Yeah, because
No,
Biden
they're
in
both-
office.
They're both old, crazy men that need to take a nap,
Shouldn't
you know?
be in office.
That's not me saying that they need to be dead. I just meant actually take a nap.
Take a long nap.
Because they're old. No, because they're old. They need naps. That's what I was referring to, not kill them.
Take the deepest
Kill
nap.
John Lennon.
Hey,
What's wrong with John
Something
Lennon?
that
Hold
I
up.
will
Wait a
still
minute.
No,
say.
it's the meme.
Yuko
so
Ono might have
curious.
made him make bad music, but he was good at one point.
Hey, we've all been down
I'm
bad.
curious if treason charges are actually going to come out of that raid they pulled.
I don't know, probably a few. I don't know if he'll ever get arrested, but
Dude,
I mean-
it's not even the first time a president has done this shit. Fucking Obama said he was going to take a bunch of documents.
think the
and
most that they're
declassify
trying to
them,
gun
and he hasn't
for-
done any.
yeah, I think the most that they're gunning for is that he's not eligible to run for presidency anymore.
You
I
can't
think
run
that's
in
it.
general.
He definitely, yeah,
True.
no, probably not. I think he'd just fall
Yeah,
like
he also
Biden did
said-
down the stairs.
He said Putin and Xi Jinping, whatever the fuck, were brave warriors. He's going dark Trump mode.
What
right
if
now.
he's just higher than a kite at all times and we never knew?
smoking that
crazy.
Republican pack?
Yeah, that'd be crazy. That'd be absolutely insane.
He doesn't drink. He's a hardline man, but
I just
god
found a
damn, he
website from
gets high.
1977 about the Voyager 1.
Yeah, that's cool.
Mission elapsed time 45 years, 10 hours,
Yeah.
51 minutes. Distance
God
from Earth,
Damn.
13. Jesus, it's really
a long
cool
ways
seeing all
away.
these numbers go up.
Don't worry, guys. I'll go get them.
The one-way time for light to travel to where it is what? 21 hours, 49 minutes, 22 seconds.
Holy shit.
So it's not even a light year away. It's
Yeah.
not even close to a light year away.
No. Well, yeah.
Yeah. Velocity
About
with
light
respect
21
to
hours.
sun, 38,000 miles an hour. I think it's cool when people are in the ISS orbiting. They're actually like they're like cooking it around the Earth, but they're just like chilling.
Yeah, there's vibing, hanging out. That'd be cool. I'd do that. I'd love to do that. Go to
What do
space
they
station.
circle every 9 minutes?
I think
it's
it's
21.
6 times a day.
It's
That's crazy.
21 or something minutes.
ISS
Man,
speed.
That's so
fucking
quick.
impressive.
Or is that half? I don't remember. It's pretty quick though.
7.6 kilometers per second.
Okay, but how
Jesus
long does it
Christ.
take to orbit? That's
Okay, but who?
Orbital period. 90 minutes.
Damn, that's way slower than I thought. I was thinking it took like fucking nothing. They were just blazing it.
That's still quick.
That is really quick.
16 sunrises and sunsets every day.
God damn, that would be so annoying. Can't sleep with light on in my room. God damn, imagine that every fucking
Imagine the
times
place.
a night.
Someone turn off the fucking sun!
Imagine the place in Iceland where for 2 months the sun doesn't set.
I would fucking do
That'd be
that because
awful.
I know it
Dude.
doesn't come up for 4.
Yes.
Isn't it? I think it's interesting that 78% of shuttle crew take Ambien to go to sleep. I feel like that's something they just wouldn't allow because you're probably not in the right mind. I mean, it makes sense though because it's probably pretty fucking hard to sleep in zero gravity.
Yeah. Probably stressful too, just being up there, and you know.
I think
I mean, you are literally one pressure leak away from fucking open space. So yeah, it'd be pretty
but
nerve-wracking.
it's at this point it's. I would feel more worried about being in a submarine than being on the ISS because if a
I
submarine
feel like it's about the same.
if a submarine loses the ability to create buoyancy, it just sinks and then catastrophically crumples.
See, I'm equally. Actually, you know what? I would be more afraid of the submarine, but that's also just because I'm absolutely terrified of the ocean.
Yeah,
I'd rather have the submarine than space. Fuck
we
it.
know.
The thing is, I feel like if you're sending people into space, there has to be so much more attention to detail and
Yeah.
care that I would
Yeah.
feel much safer doing that.
No,
Yeah.
yeah, no,
Whereas a submarine is like significantly less careful.
like straight up, if someone asked me if I wanted to go to space or go to like the space station tomorrow, I would do it.
I mean, yeah, my curiosity outweighs my fucking fear.
But if someone was like, "Hey, you want to go
in
on a sub down to the bottom of the ocean?" I'd be like, "Go fuck yourself."
Yeah,
I'd happily stay inside of Earth's orbit, but if it's like free baller just out in space, nah, fuck that.
Dude, what a pussy.
Dude, that's how you die.
There's tons
Yeah,
of people
but-
that do it. They're not dead.
it's probably the fucking coolest way to go.
I mean,
Straight
yeah.
up though.
Like if anything, that's like, I don't know. That would be the ideal way, I think.
I am happy with being burned on a funeral pyre. That's my dream.
Oh, yes.
Would your
we're fucking
would your body
bikening.
decompose the same way in space?
No.
Probably not.
No, it wouldn't decompose at all. You would be just stuck
yeah.
there
You'd be a corpse.
forever.
You'd just be a corpse floating.
You would be
So
a
my
corpse
fucking
in
corpse
space.
would just become space trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Bruh,
down.
Imagine
Sign
if
me up.
ghosts are a real thing too, and you're tied to your body, so you're just stuck out in the middle of
Dude,
space
no. Then
for
you're just in
eternity.
spectator mode, and you can go like see all the fucking planets and shit.
Yeah.
At that
See,
point, I'm just playing Universe Sandbox.
I mean,
See,
That'd
yeah.
be lonely.
that's why when I die, if I have the money, I just want to shoot my body, not for like the ghost
Out into
aspect, because who
space.
believes in that shit? But anyways, I just want to send my body into space because I'd be like, fuck that, I don't want to be buried on this shithole. I
Yeah.
want to go somewhere else.
Yeah, don't throw my ashes down a river like some fucking plebeian. Put me in space, motherfucker.
That
Yeah,
would be
no,
cool. I
absolutely.
would do that.
I'd pay a lot of money to do that. If people were like, "What about your family?"
How much
I'd be
would
like,
that
"I don't care."
cost?
Probably a lot.
I also like how we talked about the potential of doing shorter episodes, and we have no problem with the long episodes.
Hey, I just felt like we came.
Talk about
we didn't talk about it
space.
too much, but we
I
we
mean,
just came.
space is
more
so
prepared.
cool. I could talk about it for literal hours.
Yeah,
This is our second space theme.
How do they
It
shower on
is.
the International Space Station?
It's because we're big nerds and stuff like that.
You actually
They s-
have to be super careful in space showering because if water gets stuck to your face, you're gonna drown.
They actually
Exactly.
Squeeze
do.
liquid soap and water from pouches onto their skin. Then they use rinseless soap with little water to clean their hair. They also use towels to wipe off excess water. An airflow system nearby quickly evaporates the excess water.
Zach, can we call
What's
this episode Politics in Space? Because that's.
I mean, we do
That
have
is-
a little politics.
That's like that is heavily what we're talking about. Yeah.
If we were to go another 20 minutes, that would mean that the entire podcast duration, the ISS has done one orbit around it.
All right,
That's-
we're doing it. 20 minutes.
I don't
Feel
want to go
that?
another. Fuck you. I don't want to go another 20 minutes.
Okay.
Also,
He's
you
gonna
have
pee his pants.
things to do later tonight, Aaron.
I do, but this sounds so
Let's
cool.
go.
Like
Let's
that.
go, baby. Let's go.
Like, yeah, sorry I'm late. The ISS had to do a full orbit around
Honestly,
us.
yeah. When it comes, I mean, I hate talking about politics, but like when it comes to politics and then just space too, it can be an endless conversation.
I might start keeping a notepad because like I watch a lot of space shit.
You
Oh,
should.
absolutely.
Give us
See, that's what I've been
daily
trying to do,
space
so I can
updates.
actually bring up more topics and stuff like that from like daily life. And then also, I feel like I'm on Twitter so much that I see a lot of relevant news to like things that we are more interested in, but I never like write it down. So I've been trying to make a better effort at like writing it down.
I like how
The thing is, though,
Connor-
what I'm currently super interested in is just a lot of UFC shit. So, and nobody here, well, I mean Mason occasionally, but like nobody else here like really is heavily into it. The same
Into
way
what?
I am. UFC, right?
Oh,
MMA
yeah.
in general. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't like people beating up people.
That's fair. No, I get that. Absolutely. I just love to watch people like it's not even for the
I can
brutality of it. Don't get me
understand it,
wrong.
but-
Like absolute scraps
It's
are
a sport.
absolutely entertaining fights. Like just people beating the shit out of each other, blood everywhere. But that it's for me. It's like just seeing what like peak human ability when it comes to combat can do, like hand-to-hand combat.
it's
That's
not
what's
even-
so fascinating to me.
It's not even just physical. It's almost it's like half mental. Like a lot of it
No,
is,
absolutely.
is
That too, yeah.
watching the other guy you're about to fight, like watching his fights and like trying to realize like, okay, when he throws his jab, he drops his guard for a second, use that to your advantage. When he does this kick, go for his leg, go for a double leg. Like it's all this shit of like,
Yeah.
it's chess.
Like, yes, exactly. Unless you're Nate Diaz.
Then it's
Just
Checkers.
stand up and stand up and
it's-
fucking fight.
yeah, checkers, and you slap your opponent every once in a while, and the crowd goes woo.
And then you flip him off, yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, he's fighting. Oh fuck, I can't remember his name.
Didn't they kind of fuck him over because it's his like last fight?
Yeah,
and
it is.
They're giving him like a no-name brand.
The thing is though, he was asking for Francis fucking Ngannou. He was asking for a lot, like fucking Kamaru Usman. He wanted a championship fight. There's a lot of fights he was asking for that he wasn't gonna get. I was really hoping that they're gonna end on McGregor 3, like Nate versus
Yeah.
Conor 3. That would have been a perfect end, I think, for his career, and maybe even Conor's, and it would have done crazy fucking money. But they give him this young guy who is currently undefeated, I believe, who's just a monster, and he's gonna I don't count Nate Diaz out, because even versus a top contender, Leon Edwards, towards the end he was getting out boxed and shit, but like towards the end he did rock him. But like they're feeding him to this absolute monster of a human being that is just gonna destroy him. I guarantee it. Because Nate is old now, man.
Yeah.
He's getting there. Like he's gonna get chewed up and spat out.
They recently talked about this on another podcast. They should have 2 different Olympics. They should have one with how it is now.
No drugs.
And another one-
just steroid.
Yeah,
out.
just let them do all the PEDs they want. Like, let's push this. Let's see how fucking insane humans can get. Like, why the fuck not? Like,
I
you're
know
not
what
taking.
podcast
Because it's
you're talking
dangerous to
about.
the
What was
human
it?
health, and we don't want to risk it. That's
Yeah,
usually very-
I would agree, but it's not like
If they were gonna do it to their body anyway, why not televise it?
Yeah,
Just-
exactly.
I mean, have limitations, I feel, but if they want to just use PEDs and stuff like that, then sure, right on. Then maybe it motivates them to stay out of standard competition.
I'm completely talking what I asked, but I'm willing to bet the Olympics has a degrading viewership every time. And 100% if they did, like, imagine seeing fucking 100-meter sprint, but they're fucking cooking it.
They're correct.
like,
They're on the meth.
like, They're being chased by cheetahs, and the cheetahs are fucking out of breath. Like, it doesn't fucking matter. Or like fucking the long jump, but it's the really fucking long jump.
I guess overall, I like clean competition better, but like, yeah, I guess.
Well, that's why you
if they
still
really
have the
wanted to-
original Olympics. Like,
Yeah,
just,
yeah,
like,
true.
have it every 2 years or whatever, because it's every 4 years, right?
Yeah, the winter one, yeah, every 4. Well, I guess both of them, yeah, every 4 years. But
Have it every 2 years. Have the normal one, not normal one.
don't they do? Oh no, it just. Yeah, wait. How does the Olympics work?
They currently alternate every 2 years, so it'd be 2 years summer, 2 years winter, 2 years summer, 2
Yeah,
years
yeah.
winter.
Okay, that's what I thought. Yeah.
Also, add some more interesting sports. Like, let's
should
skateboarding is a
add-
cool addition,
Yeah,
but
I did. You know what?
let's add
Wait,
like,
they already added it, right?
Let's add
Yeah.
paintball.
yeah.
Why not?
Well,
add,
literally,
like,
yeah.
Like
I
BMXing
want
and like
people
all that other
shooting
stuff.
each other
See, they have wrestling. I want them to add.
professionally.
I want them to add like pro fighting. I want them to add like boxing. I mean, they have wrestling, like I said, but like boxing.
Wrestling
like,
is
even,
so
like, cage
fucking boring
fighting.
to me.
I agree. That's why I want it to be like MMA.
I want to see more of
That'd be
that
sick.
Finnish sport where you ski and shoot at the same time.
Oh, I can't remember the name of that, but I know it.
Yeah.
It was
I don't
in
watch the Olympics anymore.
it was in Mario and Sonic at the
Nobody
Olympic
does.
Games. Was it? I think it was. I don't fucking know.
Neither do I. I need to urinate so bad.
Yeah, we can
So-
probably.
And that's where we're gonna end it.
Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you for watching this episode of the
Thank you
Oh,
for watching this
Oh,
episode of The
damn.
Bridge, episode probably 8. Yeah,
yeah.
pretty sure it's 8.
We will see you after Zach is done pissed.
After I done
After he done
this.
pissed.
After
I
he
done
done
pissed.
did piss.
Done
Yeah.
pissed,
Thanks for watching.
Thanks for
Yeah,
watching.
thanks.
Thanks for watching.
Don't forget
Please
to
tune in
actually,
again.
if you want to listen to it on other platforms and stuff like that, you can go to our Buzzsprout, which should be linked in the description if I remember to do that. Or you can go to our highlights channel if you just want to watch clips because you don't like us and we don't talk about interesting things, then that would be epic. Okay.